Idaho, the land that wrestling forgot. Until souls across the Gem State decided to make history. We all take risks. We all feel pain. We all have succeeded and failed. But not tonight. Tonight, our stories will be told. Tonight, our voices will be heard. Tonight, your eyes will see the unbelievable. For the first time in Idaho history, we bring you local professional wrestling. So gather the family, take a seat, and leave the action to us. We are Wrestle Club. What you are about to see is real. Each wrestler has years of training. Our bodies are not indestructible. We bend, we break, we bleed. So please, do not try this at home, school, or anywhere.
Our next match is scheduled for one fall. Entering the ring from Middleton, Idaho, weighing in at 170 pounds, Lionheart.
Welcome everybody to episode 23, and this is the Gem State Gaming Convention, day 3. I am G, and alongside with me.
What's up everybody, this is Wes once again. Welcome back to Gem State Gaming Con, day 3, episode 23, and we are about to go to May League to kick off our first match for you.
And there you see Theodoric Lionheart making his way out here, the young lion. Let's see who's going to be going up against here in our first matchup.
Yes. Interesting enough, as Lionheart Theodoric there has had quite a weekend to himself. Adam Reyes, as well as a tag match with, what is it, like Hickman?
Mr. Hickman, yes, that is correct.
Yeah, and Mr. Hickman, and then of course on top of that too, going against the Project Mayhem's Voodoo Priest Damian Black, as well as King Marcus Anderson, and I believe we might be seeing a residual effect of that one.
And his opponent from Riverside, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, Marcus King Anderson.
And as you just heard, as I said, residual effects indeed. King Marcus Anderson, our liege, our lord, coming to the ring, looking for a little one-on-one action, and there he is in his almighty glory.
Yep, Marcus King Anderson, former heavyweight champion, had the belt for basically a year, and also made a little trip to Japan, and today this is going to be a singles match. They did have that tag team match where Mr. Hickman and Theodoric Lionheart was victorious over the King and Damian Black.
Yes, but you got to admit, that was quite the matchup there, especially to see Project Mayhem working with Marcus Anderson. If you remember, there wasn't much of a love loss between Zane and Marcus. To see those two, not Zane, but to see Damian Black teamed up with Marcus, interesting. Kind of wondering what Patrick Holloway was thinking there.
Well, you never know. I mean, it is Gem State Gaming Convention. Maybe he was bringing out, his top players, and we had a very great tag team. But now we have the singles matchup as the King just threw a T-shirt to a fan, I think.
And then I think he proceeded to tell the fan not to touch the shirt.
Well, then why did he throw it to the fan then?
Because you know what? You don't question the King. That is exactly why that man is king. You don't question him. He does what he wants as he pleases.
And there you go, so the referee, Josh, saying ring the bell. We have our first matchup here in episode 23, and Theodoric Lionheart is getting the crowd into this one.
I don't know if it was Theodoric Lionheart or if it was Marcus Anderson, but there we have it. Theodoric Lionheart ducking the grapple and quickly tagging the King's leg with that kick.
For a big man, you get hit in the legs, you're going to go down, and I think Theodoric Lionheart has a game plan here.
It's a good game plan if he's going to utilize it, for sure. However, though, at the same time, too, you got to understand, G, you keep poking a bear, and eventually that bear is going to respond.
Well, we're going to see, because he had the lion in the ring, and he is quick, he is fast, and I'm pretty sure the Marcus King Anderson cannot pick up to his pace, and there he goes right back to that leg there.
He is feeding it to our King, too. The disrespect from Theodoric Lionheart to Marcus Anderson, quickly capitalizing, looking to go for a whip to a counter by Marcus into the corner.
Very nicely done by the King. Obviously, the bigger man catches that shotgun, twist, and quickly making his point in this match. Our Lord, our liege,
dropping Theodoric Lionheart with that modified neckbreaker from the second rope. Excellently done.
I would say that was a mistake by Theodoric Lionheart trying to whip the bigger man. He's paying for it right now, and there we see a back rake by the King.
I think he may have torn some flesh off of that one. I'll be honest with you, that was all skin on those fingertips there.
And if you saw, he was licking his fingertips too. That's disgusting. And we got a chokehold here with the boot. And he's better let go. He's gonna get disqualified.
I don't know why he'd be disqualified for that. It wasn't exactly illegal. He pretty much had it right there, just showing the peasant what he thinks of him.
Referee on the King. And Lionheart, and he goes back to that chokehold using the boot.
You call that a chokehold? I call that putting your peasant in its place.
And as you saw, he was using that top rope for more leverage. Another cheat hold by the King, and here comes the King. Big body slash in that corner, followed by a snapmare.
And we've seen this one before too, G. He's going to follow up with that perfect snap. There it is right there too. Snapmare into the perfect snap from Marcus Anderson, going for a quick pin.
And yeah, there's no way you're going to pin Lionheart like that. He didn't even hook the leg there. Very cocky cover, big mistake by the King.
I think that's more along the lines of playing a mind game, and Marcus Anderson is quite good at the mind games there, G. You know this as well as I do. Marcus picking up Theodoric, showing the Cub just how tiny he is to the King.
Did you see him squatting?
Yeah, exactly. He did 2 squats before he squatted Theodoric Lionheart onto his back.
That is humiliating big time.
Again, the King putting the Cub in his place, letting him know that he needs to respect his liege.
And the King has that front face lock applied. Could be going back for oh, look at that beautiful stall there.
That is some extension right there. Marcus Anderson holding Theodoric Lionheart in place, gently walking around, letting the blood flow before dropping him on his back. Again, King Marcus Anderson showing the Lionheart, the Cub, what it's all about in that ring.
And there is another cocky cover there. Just, you gotta hook the leg. Doesn't matter if you're a king or not. If you want to win, you gotta hook that leg.
At the same time, too, it could just be a game in Marcus's mind there, G. He could just be doing that just because he wants to just show Theodoric exactly right there that the King is always ahead of him, ducking a body splash, giving him a quick line. Theodoric Lionheart doesn't know which way he's going or which way he's coming.
And just like that, in a snap of a finger, the King is taking over once again as Theodoric missed that cross body, and there is another one-handed pin. You're not going to pin your opponent like that. You need to put some leverage on there.
Though at the same time, too, it looked like he may have actually drove his elbow into the chest of Theodoric Lionheart, forcing him to breathe while you have to kick out. That's not a bad idea if you get down to it, G. But, you know, at the same time, we can't question what our liege and our lord does. After all, he might come over here and smack us a couple times.
And there is a neck breaker, a swinging neck breaker, and Theodoric Lionheart has been taking a beating.
Beating is an accurate statement. King going for that cocky pin right there. Now that is a cocky pin, true and through. King Marcus Anderson showing the peasants and the peasants outside that they need to respect this man as he is just gently rubbing his face along that rope.
Looks like he caught him beneath the eye right there, and Lionheart needs to get back in this matchup. He has not landed anything but elbows, and there's elbow number 2.
Ooh. And Marcus just feeding him back into the corner with his own, giving him a nice old line right there, and then shoving that boot into his face.
Another illegal hold. He's going to have to break this, otherwise he's going to get disqualified. And utilizing that 5 count, stopping at 4.
Smart move on Marcus Anderson's part right there, G. Smart move. Once again, got him into the front headlock. Look like he's going to go do a quick snap suplex instead of a delayed one this time, getting him down and rolling over for a pin.
I tell you, man, Theodoric has not had any offense. He just hit the King with elbows. This just has been one-sided. The King taking complete control here in the corner, and there you heard that chop.
Ow. Ow, indeed. Ow, indeed.
And it just echoes across the hall.
Theodoric Lionheart, you're right, needs to get himself... Oh, there he goes. Quickly ducking and looking like he's got him... Oh, with that running forearm of his. As we were saying, need to get back in the game. Looks like he's got that momentum of steam. Oh, that was all across the kisser of Marcus Anderson. Disrespect from Theodoric Lionheart to our king, our lord, our savior, our liege.
Straight drop kick to the cranium. The Lionheart going to the top rope here. High risk, all or nothing. And he's going to go for it all.
And he is going to be greeted with a pair of knees to the back of the neck right there. All or nothing, high risk is the name of the game. And tell you what, I think that might have just been stupid on his part because he didn't have much of an offense to begin with. Marcus Anderson is still really fresh. He might have kicked him in the face, but in comparison to Theodoric Lionheart, he just got kicked in the back of his neck.
And the King rolling out the ring here. He has until the count of 10. I think Theodoric has him scouted coming off that rope. Oh, going for a suicide dive, but he got caught.
Oh, caught indeed. Marcus Anderson quickly throwing it back in. Marcus went for him. Theodoric quickly ducking down and grabbing the ropes, and he's going for another suicide. Caught him.
He hits it. Poor ring awareness by both men as the crowd is right in front of him.
And there's a pool table too, so that could not have felt good to Marcus Anderson's lower back.
Not to mention a baby in the crowd too.
Boy.
Good thing we didn't get a lawsuit from this one. Lionheart taking advantage here, throwing the King right back into the ring. And he needs to go for a pinfall here.
He does. He might actually have it right here, but I highly doubt it as King kicks out with no coverage of the shoulder. Marcus Anderson wisely using that count to his advantage. As you can see right here, folks, we're getting some front side ring action with the cameraman getting in close, showing us what's going on.
Yeah, that cameraman has to hit autofocus, man.
Yeah, that camera's definitely out of focus right there. Theodoric stomping on the King's chest. I think frustration flowing through Theodoric Lionheart. Kind of thinking to himself, what have I got to do to put down a man twice my size?
And that's no stranger for Theodoric, as he usually fights bigger guys, and he's usually victorious. And there is a Pele kick, and that's going to send the King down.
That is indeed followed by that diving forearm to the forehead of Marcus Anderson. Quite a maneuver there from Theodoric Lionheart. Good combination.
And we got the King grabbing the rope there. Yeah, that's going to break the count. That's 2.5.
I'm glad you caught that. I didn't see that one happen there. I did see the breaking of the count, but I didn't see a kick out. Good call on that one there, G. Theodoric Lionheart looking to pick up Marcus Anderson, who is still in the game.
Yep, the King's still fresh. Theodoric, what does he have in store?
Could be that Falcon Arrow that we've seen, but I don't know. That's a big man to be picking up when he's twice your size.
And there you see the weight advantage taking its advantage, and Theodoric is on the outside. The King following up. Oh, straight right hand, another one. That's a clobber right there.
Yeah, they clobbered him on the noggin, give him a good flogging on the noggin for sure with those fists of his. Marcus Anderson wisely throwing Theodoric back in, realizing if he's going to beat him, he's got to beat him in the ring.
And he continues the beating with another right hand there. And here comes that whip.
Followed by, excellent variation of the sidewalk slam, almost akin to the Big Boss Man.
Gotta hook that leg. That's a 2 count. That could have been all over if he would have had that leg hooked.
That could have been. You're absolutely right on that one, G. But Marcus Anderson calling for it now. He is done playing games with the Cub.
I think he's going for that kill.
He is. The hunter has finally become the hunted, and Marcus Anderson is looking to make a trophy out of the Cub.
This could be dangerous. Both men, looks like the King is going off that top rope. This cannot be good for any individual here.
Ooh. Theodoric Lionheart fighting back wisely, realizing the position he's in. Headbutt Marcus 3 times to get the point across. Could be going again for that swanton once more. And
he nails it. All of it, too.
All of it in the drop zone of Marcus Anderson. Going for a quick count. You see him covering the leg that time.
And that was a 2.5. I thought that was game over.
Yeah, me too. That was definitely close to it on that one. Theodoric Lionheart realizing that was not enough, looking to call for it. He's calling that he's going to put away the King. Marcus starting to get up. What do we got here? Could be the code breaker.
I think it is the code breaker. He's setting him up, sizing him. Here comes the Lion.
And he hit all of it. He got all of it there. Our King seeing the end of the code as he gets broken across his face by Theodoric Lionheart.
This could be a blackout for the King, but wow, he pops out of the code breaker. He's still in this game.
You see it there, though. He didn't cover the shoulder. Had he had the shoulder, that would have been it, G.
And there was a reverse whip there, and the King just took out our referee. They just clocked heads like forehead to forehead.
They did. Oh, yes. Somebody needs to get down there and check on the referee. Lionheart going for another code breaker on Marcus Anderson.
And that's all. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The referee is still knocked out here. Anybody can hear us send out another referee. referee so we can continue this matchup. That's not a referee.
That is not a referee indeed. That is Damian Black getting a hold of Theodoric Lionheart's leg.
What is Project Mayhem doing out here?
Brad Zane just also there too. What are they doing? Are they here to get a little bit of retribution for Adrian Noctis?
I think they're nothing but sore losers.
It's possible in that one. I mean, remember, Project Mayhem has made it pretty clear they don't care about anybody in Wrestle Club. Whether you're a good guy, whether you're a bad guy, whether you're the CEO, they will just chew you up and spit you out. And as we saw there, and we are seeing here, Project Mayhem, that suplex powerbomb combo, and this match is still going, folks. The referee, nobody's called it.
Somebody needs to revive the referee or get a new ref out here. I think Damian Black just kicked the ref.
Well, that's a good way of reviving him, man, for sure. Project Mayhem out there laid waste to Theodoric Lionheart as Damian Black strolls out of the ring.
He must be upset because Theodoric and Mr. Hickman got a win off of him.
Well, at the same time, too, wait a minute. Why is Project Mayhem helping out King Marcus Anderson? Our liege does not need the help of Project Mayhem. That was a 3 count for sure. We see that there. Project Mayhem still at ringside. Are they looking to recruit Marcus Anderson into their ranks?
I think that is yet to be seen, but they have not left ringside. They're just flocking around there like ravens.
They are, yes. Brad's name to the mic. Let's see what he has to say here.
Marcus Anderson. We give perhaps you a Lion Cup. We can use a man like you in Project Mayhem. Join us. Work for us. What's your answer, Marcus? I'm not going to need their help. You're telling me how to join me. Didn't at one point you human trafficking piece of trash say that you own me? Let's get one thing straight. Shut up when I'm talking. And you, Bayou Wizard, you, very cunning in the ring. And my answer is, I'm the one who makes the rules around here. I must respectfully decline because I'm the one that pays the bills around here. I am the one who pays for people to do our dirty work. So, that being said, remember your place, boy. And I'll see you guys a little later on.
And it looks like the king has respectfully declined.
Yeah, respectfully indeed. That was mutual respect from both men.
Your next match is scheduled for a tag team match. Whoever wins this match will be declared the tag team champions. First to enter the ring is at a combined weight of 370 pounds. Oscuro, Punketo, and Darth.
And as you just heard, this is a tag team match, and here comes out Oscuro Punketo with Darth Karta, as you see him almost tripping there. I think he has some Punketo blood in him.
Yeah. You know what? We might have to actually get with Ultimate Action on Punketo and ask him on that one, the oldest of the Punketo brothers, because yeah, that was quite the entrance to be seeing right there from Darth Karta, nearly eating the canvas from the floor before even getting this match on the way. Wow.
What a sight that could have been. But yeah, we got a tag team matchup for the first time. Darth Karta coming from, I believe, Washington.
Filling in for probably one of his brothers for the Punketo brothers. Would this be a Punketo cousin then?
I think it's safe to say yes.
At a combined weight of 400
As you just heard, Project Mayhem, current tag team champions, Damian Black, the Voodoo Priest, as well as Brad Zane. And is he sporting a Canada hockey jersey?
What is he doing? Why is he wearing that Canada jersey? He lives in the United States.
He lives in the United States, and that's just the most baffling thing possible. I wonder if it could be a reference to, it's a sign guy jersey. That's why.
Now you see him talking trash to the owner there.
Yeah, he is. But if you actually know, if you ever listen to Sign Guy's podcast, you'll actually know there is no love lost between Darth Karta and Sign Guy. He might be wearing that out of respect of Sign Guy just to really rub it into Darth Karta's face.
Yeah, Sign Guy has had a few Wrestle Club members on there, so anybody out there, look him up and you'll see a few of our wrestlers actually on the podcast.
That's true. It's called Turnbuckle Turmoil, if I remember correctly on that one. And Brad Zane telling the two plebs there to get out of the ring, the two Punketos out of the ring, as he holds up the tag team titles while sporting Damian Black's Potato Bowl belt as well.
So, who do you got here? What's your pick? Who's your pick? I got the Punketos. Is this a tag team championship match?
It's a tag team championship match, and I mean,
he does have, he doesn't have the mobility. He tripped during his entrance. So.
Yeah, that was kind of the first thing I noticed right there, too. The mobility's gone.
Maybe he could get like an accidental win or something.
That would be quite the sight to see, and I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. As much as I don't like Project Mayhem, I do know for a fact that a loss via...
did you see Brad Zane?
Wow.
Is he gonna smell it? Oh, please don't smell it.
Oh, don't, oh, no.
He did.
Oh.
Obviously, that wasn't pleasant. I wouldn't have smelled that at all.
Is he...
What is he doing? He's sporting the Sign Guy.
Did he just tell... Is he a mute? Did he just tell Brad Zane he was gonna break him in two?
I believe so. I mean, I wouldn't want to pick a fight with Brad Zane.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either. We've already seen how devious and how pretty much rude and crude he can be when he gets in the ring. You get him out of the ring, or if you make him mad, he's just going to make it worse for you. Darth
Karta looks like he's ready to go. He's going to start this with the handshake. He's trying to get some mutual respect here.
You see right here, Brad Zane just mocking him. Well, maybe he's going for it.
Oh, nobody home there.
Again, like we said, don't antagonize that man. The Puppet Master is quite notorious for turning the tables on you very quickly. And
all right, so now this is the right hand, so this might be a handshake.
This might be legitimate.
Oh, and this has to be taken off Brad Zane.
Darth Karta is telling him that's twice he's fooled him. Zane, I don't think he's amused anymore. I don't think he's finding any humor in this.
He's going back to the handshake.
You see it there, Brad Zane's questioning it too, and he's waiting for it. No!
He got caught on the third try.
He did, and there we go. A couple of big clubs to the back of Darth Karta as Brad Zane's transitioning him from a front headlock to a side headlock.
And there you see the size difference. Darth Karta is a small guy. Brad Zane clearly the bigger guy here.
Yeah, and you see it right there too. He's just posing him, feeding some shots to his back.
Ooh. I think Brad Zane grabbed him by the mask there.
It's possible, but it's hard to say. I don't know if he was going for the mask or the head or what hair he might have, if he has any hair. But right now, he is making his point by just dropping the clubs on the back of the Karta's head.
That's a face twist right there.
You know, the only saving grace of that is the fact that Karta's got a mask to protect his face. As ugly as it could be, or as pretty as it could be. We're not sure. We don't ever know what these guys look like under the mask.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to know. But Brad Zane asking the fans are like, do you want to tag or what?
He's asking the fans if they want to tag it. I think everybody here knows that it's wise not to do such a thing. And Zane...
Oh, there's a big boot to the face there.
Every time Karta tries to fight Zane off, Zane comes right back, and that's what I mean. He's not finding any humor. Oh. He gives Punketo, Oscuro, a shot to the face as well, slapping Karta in what looks like a sleeper hold.
Yeah, that was completely uncalled for by Brad Zane. Oscuro was just trying to tag out here.
He was. Karta's going for it.
He's almost there.
I think the size difference of Zane has got Karta down on a leg.
And Karta might be going to sleep here, as there's one hand down.
One? This could be it already?
That's two. This drops. This is over.
Oh, I think he just poked Zayn in the eyes there.
Hey, release the hold. Here comes Oscuro, and there's a back elbow by Oscuro.
Right to the face of Zayn, knocking him down off his feet. Giving him that hip bump right to the what would they say, the chest?
And it looks like he's following up with the body slam. Oscuro taking advantage. He needs to get on his opponent, though.
That's actually really surprising if you think about it. Brad Zayn is not a small guy. And Oscuro himself, not exactly a big man, yet he still got Zayn up and drove him down to the ground. Zayn kind of realizing that maybe now he needs to be serious as he rolls out of the ring contemplating his next maneuver.
And Oscuro's in the ring here sporting that Wrestle Club t-shirt, and you can find that merchandise on Facebook too. Sorry, I had to make the quick plug. Damian Black come right back in, and he just took out the kneecap of Oscuro.
I think that was a smart move on Zayn's part. He just quickly rolled in, tagged Damian Black, let the freshman get in and work with the freshman.
Yeah, Oscuro made the mistake of not closing that ring and offering Brad Zayn to quickly tag out, and now he's paying for it.
That might just be a rookie mistake though too. Oscuro Punketo, even though he's been around, we don't see much action from him in the ring itself. So what we do see,
Speaking of action, that was a big butt romp to the chest
that
there.
really was, and he tags Darth Karta back in too. Damian Black feeding Karta some chops to the throat though, maybe to the chest, I'm not sure.
I would say that was throat, that's definitely illegal.
And he's scooping that leg, and he's holding him. That is just muscle right there. That looked like what we call a small package Michinoku driver. Ow.
I'm surprised Darth Karta kicked out of that one. I thought that was game over.
Yeah, me too. That looks pretty nasty from what we saw. Darth Karta is right now reeling from such a maneuver. Damian Black in control. Brad Zayn loving what he is seeing.
I'm pretty sure Darth Karta wants to go back home now.
It does for sure.
It's going to be a long drive to Washington.
Zayn comes in, feeding him a kick right to his side, as you saw. Zayn picking him up. Looks like he's got him in a bear hug. Damian Black's up, though.
Off that top rope, clothesline right there. And there goes Oscuro outside that ring. Got a fist to the face.
He did. You saw it right there, too. Damian Black and Brad Zayn, they quickly...
Why is the referee stopping Oscuro? What is Project Mayhem doing?
I'm not sure, but Oscuro trying to get back in. I think he was angry at Zayn. I think we also saw an illegal tag there too. They tagged while...
what was that?
I think that was Damian Black's black powder.
Well, Darth Karta is blind right now. I'm pretty sure he can't see, mask or not.
He can't for sure. Zayn telling Darth Karta, I want one more. I want to give him one more. I want this one. I think he's just done playing with Karta. We've seen this too. There's that sidewalk slam from Zayn. With Darth Karta's eyes being blinded.
Straight drilled him straight dead center of the ring, and this one is over.
That is over. Wow.
That is game over for Darth Karta. Oscuro Punketo with the L, the loss.
That's right. And then Zayn slapping Oscuro once more too. They are not done with Darth Karta.
This is uncalled for. They actually won the match. Why are they still attacking?
I think at this point they're just pretty much making a statement at Gym State, and we've seen this before. There's that suplex powerbomb combo that they just dropped on Theodoric Lionheart, the Mayhem Rising as they call that.
Okay, the following contest is for the Wrestle Club Heavyweight Championship. It will be a flag match officiated under normal rules with these exceptions. There will be no pinfalls and no countouts outside the ring. There will be no submissions, and I will allow the flag to be used as a weapon. The only way to obtain or retain the championship is by taking their respective flag from the posts and posting them over there.
Thank you, Batman. Entering the ring from Redlands, California, weighing in at 235 pounds, the American Machine, Mr. Hickman.
And here comes out the muscle of Wrestle Club, Mr. Hickman, in the main event here for the Heavyweight Championship. And we have a special match. This is a flag match, and this man represents America.
America indeed. The American Machine, Mr. Hickman, one half of the current tag team, the Lost Men, right?
Yep, the Lost Men for sure.
Yeah, now if you remember correctly, as you probably saw, we just had a recent change in hands of the title, the heavyweight title, as Mr. Hickman's partner, Russell Garibai, lost the championship title against the man that Mr. Hickman will be facing in just a moment.
And his opponent from Boston Rock, weighing in at 195 pounds, he is your current heavyweight champion, Saleem Abbas.
And as you heard, the Arabian Nightmare, our current Wrestle Club heavyweight champion, coming off a kendo stick match against Lost Soul Garibai, Saleem Abbas, about to square off with Wrestle Club's muscle, the American Machine, Mr. Hickman, and Saleem enjoying the fact that he is now the current heavyweight champion.
The newly crowned heavyweight champion, and he is looking sharp.
He is looking sharp indeed, and he knows what's at stake. Coming off a fierce kendo stick match, to be honest with you, both these men have been at it for the last 3 days between Lost Soul Garibai and Saleem Abbas in a fierce kendo stick match. Mr. Hickman working a tag team match against King Marcus Anderson and Damian Black. You gotta imagine that both men have in some way, shape, or form are feeling some abuse.
Yeah, these both men definitely hate each other, as they've been hating each other since January at Resolution. And Mr. Hickman kind of saving the Lost Soul Garibai after Saleem Abbas won the heavyweight championship. Saleem Abbas was going to assault the former heavyweight champion, but Mr. Hickman came out and made the save.
He did, and as a result, Patrick Holloway, not too happy about the results of that match, decided to make this a heavyweight title match and a flag match. And the rules of the flag match, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard, whichever wrestler gets their flag and puts it into the, I believe, the stand, correct?
Yeah, they gotta place the flag inside the stand, and you will be declared the winner, but you can use the flag as a weapon, and that's the only legal weapon that these guys can use.
That is correct. Standard rules applies. There are no pinfalls, there are no submissions. It is get that flag in the stand and you win.
And this is the very first for Wrestle Club and a very first for both men, so you can't really say both who has the advantage, honestly. And both men are tied up here, and there is the muscle of Mr. Hickman, and there is that left bicep.
I think you know who clearly has the advantage in terms of size of muscle, and that is not Saleem Abbas right now, as Mr. Hickman throws it to the ground. But at the same time, too, you gotta watch out for Saleem Abbas. Just because you've got the muscle, he has the wits, he has the cunning.
Oh, and there you see the muscle again. That's a big push off there.
I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Hickman doing some push-ups here.
I don't know if Mr. Hickman should be honestly taunting the champion right now, because
he had him scouted though.
Well, he really did. I'm surprised by that. But as I was about to say, like, when you start taunting, when you start doing things like that, that's when you start making mistakes, because all you're going to do is anger the other guy, and sooner or later, they will exact their revenge on you.
I gotta agree with you there. Big mistake by Mr. Hickman, but he is in control and he has a bunch of garbage, and the garbage just got disposed on Saleem Abbas.
I feel like that was some echo from Resolution when Mr. Hickman and Saleem Abbas threw trash at each other in the middle of a crowd, if I remember correctly. Right now, though, Saleem Abbas at the mercy of Mr. Hickman, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a little surprised that Mr. Hickman is willing to go to such great lengths to,
was that a DVD?
That was a DVD. Wow. Disrespect from Mr. Hickman to Saleem Abbas. I don't think I've ever seen it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, as the American Machine is right now being pretty Oh!
What is that?
I think that was crackers.
And I think that might be shampoo or something.
What was in that trash can?
I don't know, but Saleem Abbas is getting his hair shampooed right now with conditioner, I hope.
Oh man.
And the assault is on.
The assault is on indeed there, G. I'll be pretty frank with you. I don't know if I like the side of Mr. Hickman, but I do find myself enjoying what he is doing to Saleem Abbas. And that's saying something, because you know me.
Well, you got to figure Saleem Abbas, interfered in that match, that kendo stick at Ring of Fire.
Ooh.
Which was Mr. Hickman's best friend, his tag team partner. Now he's trying to assault people with kendo sticks.
And he said he got a flogging on his noggin from Saleem Abbas's knuckles right to the dome, and he's now going for his knee. That's actually clever too, True, if you get right down to it. You bring down a man like Mr. Hickman, he's got all the muscles, all the size of Wrestle Club, but he doesn't have much if you drop his knee.
And Saleem Abbas knows that as he's targeting him right here, talking trash, getting in his face.
Now again, folks, we have to remind you at home, those things you saw out there, those weren't exactly weapons. Those were tools for taunting a man. And Saleem Abbas,
what is he doing?
I think he just wiped his hands off the American flag.
That is so disrespectful, wiping his dirty hands on the American flag there.
Well, it could have been the conditioner that got rubbed into his hair. He might have been cleaning off on the flag.
Well, he doesn't have to do it to our American flag. Mr. Hickman stopping Saleem Abbas, and oh my gosh, he just threw him over the top rope
It
there.
really did.
Not a clear landing for Saleem Abbas.
No, that was not a clear landing at all. And I think Mr. Hickman taking some offense to the fact that the American flag was pretty much disrespected by Saleem Abbas.
Hey, I'm offended. I'm an American. You should be offended too.
I'm indifferent.
Oh, I'm gonna stop you there. Mr. Hickman making his way here, trying to get the American flag.
Saleem Abbas coming around the corner though, seeing what's going on with this, and he is slowly, poked him in the eye.
And it looks like the flags are actually attached with the bungee cord, so you're gonna have to pull that flag pretty hard to get that out.
Indeed. What is Saleem Abbas doing here? He's going up behind Mr. Hickman, feeding some shots to the back of the American Machine.
It can't be pretty, I'll tell you that.
Ooh, Saleem Abbas getting some elbows as a receipt from Mr. Hickman, telling him, you poke my eye, you smack me in the back, I'm going to feed you some...
Oh, that was a low blow off that mid-rope, straight low blow. The referee had his back turned, and that referee is Matt, man, making his way up from Utah.
I think Saleem Abbas might be going for a pin here, or offering up a prayer one way or another. You say a low blow, I don't know, I thought I saw a pretty good uppercut to the gut.
And there you see the taunting right on the American Machine there, and that he just cut a right hand.
I don't know if that was just Mr. Hickman waking up after getting the wind knocked out of him with that uppercut to the gut. Again, you say low blow, I say uppercut to the gut. Saleem Abbas, on the other hand, though, getting the big right paw of Mr. Hickman to the jaw.
Well, he was preying on Mr. Hickman, clearly taunting the guy, and that's something you don't do, let alone give the guy a low blow.
You say potato, I say potato there, G. Mr. Hickman going up for the ropes, looking like he's going to try to pull the American flag free so he can put it in the stand. Saleem Abbas back up and quickly checking Hickman's knee, making sure that it's still attached to his body.
Going right back to those legs and, that was a straight hip toss there from the mid-rope.
That was indeed, and that was well scouted by Saleem Abbas. Once again, dropping knees to the back of Hickman's back.
And let me tell you, Mr. Hickman's back is hurting for sure.
Absolutely.
Did you see the elevation on that?
I did. I don't think Hickman was quite expecting to get thrown up like that one. And to be pretty frank with you, I wouldn't have thought something like that either. That was surprising. And that's what I was telling you by the Arabian Nightmare. You got to watch out for him. He's cunning.
He's looking like a nightmare for sure to Mr. Hickman. His kneecap might be popped out here.
After getting checked and getting himself, and Mr. Hickman going for a shot, and we are seeing a powerbomb set up here.
Oh, there's a powerbomb released inside out. Saleem Abbas, I'm surprised he's not unconscious right now.
I think he might be. You're seeing him there. He was checking his head for a second, but his hand just dropped to the mat. Slowly, nope, he's definitely still with it, but he is probably feeling that one for sure.
That was a big powerbomb for sure.
It was, and you see it here. This is like the internal struggle. Both men going for the flag to represent who they are, who they believe in. Hickman getting his flag out and showing it to the crowd that once again, America rises above all.
And this one could be over. He needed an opening, and that powerbomb gave him that opening, but Saleem Abbas, like he's rolling to the outside here.
He is. Saleem Abbas seeing what's going on, and he sees the stands.
And this one could be over. Mr. Hickman could have dropped that, but he got caught by Saleem Abbas.
He took a shot to the armpit from it looks like. And if you think about it, that's kind of painful. Then he gets kicked in the jaw by Saleem Abbas.
Oh, and then the back of the head.
Ow. Yeah, Saleem Abbas kind of proving to Mr. Hickman that the American Machine is nothing to the Arabian Nightmare. Right now, Saleem Abbas back in control. And he's got him in a side headlock, feeding him a shot to the noggin once more.
Yeah, and then he just stepped right on that American flag, and then he sends the American Dream to that corner post.
Ouch, indeed. You might actually see, if you look close enough, fans, you might actually see a dent of Hickman's forehead bouncing off that post. And Madman right now trying to regain some order between these two. But to be pretty frank, the only way to win is by putting the flag in the place. There are no countouts. There are no well, there are disqualifications, but there are no countouts.
Yeah, and then Saleem Abbas taking a water break and then pointing to the owner there, and this is going to give him the opening to take that flag out.
Hickman back up on his feet, realizing what's going on, and you see it there too. I think this is all a surge of adrenaline at this point in time.
Saleem Abbas with the Iraq flag, and if he lays this in, he is going to win this matchup. Hickman stops him.
He stopped him, and then he... Oh, ow. Ooh. That's a metal bar to the back of Saleem Abbas. A little bit of a payback for the Lost Soul Garibai getting kendo sticked in the kidney.
And that is completely legal. You can use the flag as a weapon, so that is legal.
Yeah, very much so. It's not a foreign object in this match. Saleem Abbas at the mercy of the American Machine as he is feeding him some shots to the dome now. And it looks like we might be seeing Saleem Abbas adding a dent. Nope, he just thrown into the ring.
Mr. Hickman sending him right back into the ring, cutting that separation from the flags.
Honestly, at that point in time, if you really get down to it, Mr. Hickman should have turned around and went right back for the flag. He had such an opening, and the flag is already in position. He could have really just gone for it.
Yeah, but this is the first time both of these men have been in a flag match, so mistakes are going to be made. Mr. Hickman with that full Nelson.
And then transitioning into what looks like a good old-fashioned snap suplex. Ouch, Saleem Abbas. Ooh, we may actually have an injury here, folks. He bounced his lower leg off that rope. That's a great way to pop your knee out of the joint.
Yeah, and that is still cable. That is nothing soft to land on.
No, not at all.
And Saleem Abbas looks like he's in pain right now.
Madman counting right now. I think Madman needs to kind of get in there and check on him instead of counting because, again, you can't be counted out for this. Victory can only happen via putting the flag in the stand.
And Saleem Abbas might be injured here. I don't care if you're liked or disliked. An injury is an injury, and you can see him hopping.
You can see him hopping for sure. He's wobbling, and he jabbed his thumb into the eye of the American Machine to put an end to that momentum once again. Saleem Abbas digging deep. And I got to tell you, G, I've got all the respect for him because he is putting up quite the fight against the man known as the American Machine, Mr. Hickman.
Oh, and there's that power front slam right there, and Saleem Abbas is still favoring that leg.
Yeah, I think, I honestly am really surprised he's still standing on it, but that just gives me more respect for a man like that. That was a clearly obvious situation where his knee could have been popped out, but instead of calling it quits, he's getting up and showing the American Machine how it's done.
Iraq or America, passion is passion, and Saleem Abbas does have passion. He's continuing in this matchup. Big title defense here against Mr. Hickman.
Kicking Hickman right in the back of his dome once more. Saleem Abbas in control, looking like he might be finally shaking through the pain, shaking it off at the very least. Might be giving Hickman some of his own. Oh,
quick reversal there.
Oh, what do we got here? He's got him up in the torture rack.
There's the power of Mr. Hickman there.
There is.
Oh,
ooh, ow.
Torture rack slam right there.
That is a good way to knock somebody's rib cages out of alignment, somebody's spine, somebody's leg, somebody's elbow, arm, you name it. That's a good way to bring your opponent down and keep them down.
Both men are down as both men have been taking punishment here, and this is for the heavyweight championship. And they're going all out, no limits.
That's right. Once you get right down to it, it's not about respect. It's not about mutual feelings. It's about that gold, all 10 pounds of it. And Mr. Hickman looking to be crowned the new Wrestle Club champion.
He's crawling for it. But
Saleem Abbas seeing it too. He's going for him. He's going to try to stop the American Machine. And you can see him. He's got the determination in his face. He's going after to put an end to the American Machine once more.
Mr. Hickman had that flag, but he got an axe handle to the back by Saleem Abbas, and that's going to stop him in his tracks here. And Saleem Abbas, what does he have, that camel clutch applied?
Yeah, he's slapping on the camel clutch, and it's elevated too. He's got him up there in that.
And there you see the pain right there, as Mr. Hickman has been taking a beating on that back too.
Yes, that's wise on Saleem Abbas's part right there. He's been focusing the back the entire match. Then he slaps in a camel clutch. You see it right there. Hickman's face is kind of turned purple a little.
Hey, if he's out, he's out. There's no way that he can walk. There's 2 hands down.
There is 2 hands down. At this point, I think Saleem Abbas should let him go and go for the flag, though, to be honest with you.
And Mr. Hickman showing some little life that he has left, and that's going to at least break the hold. And both men laying on the floor and just hitting each other.
This is like watching a couple folks in a JCPenney fighting over that cheap dollar clothing that's on the floor. That's what we're seeing right here. And as you see, Mr. Hickman's back in control, pulling Saleem Abbas back up.
They're so close of winning that matchup, and they go right back to the ring here.
Indeed, indeed. Mr. Hickman throwing Saleem Abbas back into that. I still can't get the image of both of them fighting like that on the floor out of my head, G. And then you see Saleem Abbas rolling over.
They're right back at it again. Look at him. Right. Oh, he nailed him right there.
Oh, he did. I think Saleem Abbas might be trying out for some MMA himself with that elbow he threw at Hickman's face.
And there's another right hand. Both men are just giving it their last breath, their last hit.
They are. And we are close to seeing who a victor is. You got to imagine both men are just running on empty. Everything is fumes at this point.
Especially at a venue like this where it's over 100 degrees. Mr. Hickman, oh, big clothesline off that rope there. That
right there could be exactly what was needed for Mr. Hickman to get the upper hand of Saleem Abbas. He just needs to get out of the ring, get the flag, put it in the stand. But at the same time, too, Saleem Abbas, this is so much time for him to breathe. He could make a comeback from this.
Mr. Hickman looks like he's trying to crawl out the ring and just crawl his way to victory.
Indeed, indeed. The Madman's counting, but once again, the victory can only happen in this match, unless it counts where both men are down. Victory can only happen in terms of putting the flag in the stand, as I've said numerous times throughout this match, ladies and gentlemen. Saleem Abbas following Hickman once more, digging deep, pulling up whatever he's got left. He's got to take it away.
And there you see both flags right there. And Mr. Hickman was trying to grab the American flag, but Saleem Abbas with that axe handle, and there's a straight right to the gut there. Straight to the kidneys, and is he rubbing an elbow in his face?
Classic MMA maneuver right there, using his elbow and just going for the face of Mr. Hickman, grabbing the American flag and realizing that's not his flag, goes for the Arabian flag, and he looks like he's going to hit him with it.
What is he? He's sizing him up here.
He is. What are we going to see here?
I don't know what he has in store, but obviously it's probably not good for Mr. Hickman.
They decided to put it away for whatever reason being. Maybe, oh no, he's pulling Hickman. He's dragging Hickman over towards the ring. Right next to the flag.
Maybe he has a game plan, and there's,
ouch, that is a steel bar across the shoulder, and he's choking him.
And he's going to have to break this whole F5. I mean, it's still traditional rules. You can use it as a weapon, but you can't choke your opponent.
That's a very true thing on that one. And as much as I'd like to disagree with you, rules are rules. You cannot blatantly choke a man with a weapon like that. The flag might be illegal. It might not be a foreign object to this match, but you still have to obey some of the rules.
And Mr. Hickman hit him with that big right hand there, sending him right back into the ring.
And then it looks like he's got the flag in his hand too. A little bit of justice coming back towards the Arabian Nightmare Saleem Abbas.
Mr. Hickman just barely getting back into the ring as he's been taking a punishment, but so has Saleem Abbas.
Indeed. Mr. Hickman digging deep. I've said it before, but both men on fumes. You can see that they're just thinking to each other, what does it take to win this match?
Maybe an irate, because that's what happened to Mr. Hickman, and Saleem Abbas he has that Iraq flag, setting it up in the corner there, and that post is steel.
So we got steel and steel, and Mr. Hickman, who just got his contact checked by Saleem Abbas's eye, you're looking to might be ended up getting introduced into that steel. That is indeed what happened there. Ow!
And that is legal. You can use the flag as a weapon, and Mr. Hickman might be TKO, knocked out.
For sure on that one there, G. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised, but it looks like Saleem Abbas isn't done yet. I don't know why either. Oh!
He just pinned him right there, dead center of the chest.
That is a sight I don't think anybody ever wants to see, where you see a man just impaled by a flag. It doesn't matter what the nationality is. That's just not pleasant.
That just adds insult to injury, and Saleem Abbas just waving his flag here with pride.
Indeed. Oh, Hickman back up. Surprisingly, I think that might have just woke him up. I think the anger out of that.
Oh, there goes the Iraqi flag, and there goes Saleem Abbas as he just got F5.
He did. That was an F5 indeed for sure. Throwing Saleem Abbas to the ground, and Saleem is down. Hickman recovering, rolling potentially out of the ring here.
Yeah, as you saw that Iraqi flag leaving the ring too, so Saleem Abbas is in a bad situation right now.
Indeed, Hickman realizing it, he's got the upper hand, he's finally done with it, he's finally going for the flag. We may have it here, G, we may have a new Wrestle Club Heavyweight Champion.
He has an opening, can he go for it? Day 3 here at the Gem State Gaming Convention.
And what a way to end this if this happens. If he puts that in there right now, he's calling for it, Saleem Abbas nowhere by, and we have a new champion.
Your new heavyweight champion is the American Machine, Mr. Hickman.
What a roller coaster for the Gem State Gaming Convention, with the heavyweight champion exchanging hands not once, but twice, in less than 24 hours. Wow.
What a flag match in the making.
Absolutely, you see it there too. Hickman is beaten. He's just right now just trying to get through. But you know what though, G? I will say this. Absolute respects for Saleem Abbas. He deserves it. He earned it. That man went toe-to-toe with the American Machine.
I present to you, Boise, Idaho, your new Wrestle Club Heavyweight Champion!
And as you just heard, your new heavyweight champion, Mr. Hickman.
You know, you kind of have to wonder what type of tension this is going to cause the Lost Men, though, G. I mean, if you think about it, Lasso Garibai asked Mr. Hickman to take care of Saleem Abbas. Hickman did technically do the job, but Garibai lost the title, and then Hickman only to reclaim it the next day. I imagine this is going to cause some form of turmoil.
You know what? I doubt it.
Hey, let me call you right back. What's up? My boy Lost Soul, what's going on, man?
It's going all right.
You look a little tired.
Haven't been getting that much sleep lately.
I've been sleeping great. I mean, heavyweight champion, you know what I'm saying? I got the job done. Remember, he told me to go after a boss, he came back. Well, guess what? I beat a boss, I got my flag back. And I got the title. Like, this is...
You know, I kind of forgot to congratulate you. And I just want to come out here. You know, I was overhearing your conversation, in the back. And
Yeah.
Pretty loud,
As champion, you got to be loud, vibrant, booming, you know what I'm saying?
But I just want to come out here and congratulate you.
Thank you, brother.
But I'm not done yet. You see, me as a former heavyweight champion, I believe I got a championship clause, which means I might be needing that back.
Whoa. Time out. First off, you've been in the game a lot longer than I have, and I'm pretty sure you know the rules, which means you lose the belt, you go to the back.
What do you mean to the back?
As in, you start all the way over. Kind of similar to like when I lost the Potato Bowl Championship, and I had to start all the way to the back. You remember that? You got to start from the back.
You know what? I do remember that because I remember the anonymous voting, and I remember who I voted against.
I know, but guess what? I still lost it, so I had to start over. And unfortunately for you, as much as I love to give you a rematch, and trust me, you're my boy, I would definitely do anything for you. But rules are rules. Every champion that's lost.
Unfortunately, we are a tag team, the Lost Men. So, us being a tag team, I would think that you would be like, here's a championship match. Similar to the Potato Bowl, where I believe you beat me. Maybe this might be my redemption of me beating you, but this time for the heavyweight championship.
Again, I have to reiterate, we are the Lost Men. And if you really think about it, you lost the belt. So you lost your opportunity. And you go to the back. And you're absolutely right. I would do it, but you got to start over.
All right, Mr. Hickman.
But hey, wait. Before you look, we're boys. We're the Lost Men. You're right. Guess what? Maybe in the future, we we could win the tag titles, and then you can get another belt on your shoulders. Huh? I'll have two, you know, heavyweight tag team right here, and then you get the, you know, you get one on your shoulder again.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Let's put it this way. The Lost Man just got